Today we're going to be going over this card design in Bubble and how to natively make it switch from what looks like column to row and then back to column again as it gets smaller. But just quickly before we do that, I want to point out this website that was done as an experiment, where they did an experiment and they gathered 120,000 data points on viewport sizes. And so you can have a look through of what the people that responded to the experiment or people that follow them, what their viewport sizes are. And they broke it from a large viewport over 800 to a smaller viewport for mobile. And they give you a bunch of different sizes here, but you can also download the data in a spreadsheet, in a CSV file, which has the width, height, and count. So you can sort it any way that you like. I sorted it by width. And so you can go through and you can see groupings of which ones are sort of more popular. And the viewport is what's in this window. So, which is different from the screen size. So for instance, I have my directions over here that I've written up, and that's in a smaller size window that happens to be in an app. But if I were in here, this viewport is different from this viewport, which is different from this viewport. So some of it could be, people shrinking their browser on their desktop, and that's what they're seeing. And so as you go through this, you'll want to set your own, as you go through the directions for the card, you can set your own breaks where you want them to break. And that would be help. So last time I did the repeating group, switching from a row to a column, and how to do that with some CSS. This time it's the card, which is just going to be in Bubble. There's no CSS involved. And so I have my repeating group. The first thing I'm going to do is add a group. And I'm going to call this group card. So first thing I need to do is set the content type, which in this case is services, and then click the data source and current cells services. And then the background is going to be a surface card. So I've set this up so that it has a white background for the card or the surface, so that the background, it shows off against the background of the site, which is gray. And so it has a roundness of 24 on each corner. Under layout, we're going to make the container type a row, and then we're going to leave it at fixed width, but we're going to change this to 100%. And then the same thing for the height. We're going to make that 100%. So this needs to be fixed height. And so what this is doing, it's relying on the parent container, which is the repeating group. So now we're on to step 2, which is to add an image. And so they've recently updated this, so now it works a little different from the last time we did this. So let's see how it works. So I need to press the /. So that didn't work. Let's try that again. / Second time's a charm. Parent group services. and we want the image. And then run mode rendering rescale. The alt, let's try this again, /, yep. Parent group services, image alt description. So the image alt description should describe what's in the photo or image and how it relates to the content that you are putting forth. If it has no relation to the content, it's just decorative, then leave the alt tag empty. You probably will get, when you run an audit on it, you will get that it needs to be filled in. We do have to define each border independently, so check that. We want top left 24, top right 24. And now we can go on to our layout. And we want to make element, we want to uncheck the fixed width and do a min width. I have 287 because that's where I ended up breaking things. So I'm going to leave the max width as infinite and then do the min height at 280, or you leave it at 240. And then I'm going to go over to conditional, and I want to click in when I'm going to type in page, current page width is less than 690. I want the min width to be 100%. And then when we're doing a define another condition, so when the group card, so this section, this white card, this group card, when that is greater than, width is greater than or equal to 658 and group card with cards width is less than or equal to 959. We want the border top right to be 0, because now we're switching from what looks like a column to a row, so we need to move the round corners. And we want the bottom left to be 24. That's step 2. Just for the fun of it, let's preview it. So here we have our cards. Let's keep going and maybe things will work out. So we're on to step 3, 3A. And so we want to add another group. This is going to be below the content or next to the content. Below the image or next to the image. And this will hold a title, a paragraph, and a button. So we want that to go above. We want this group to be below. Let's go to appearance. Let's call the group card content. And type of content is services. We want parent groups services. The background, we'll do surface card, because the surface card has the roundness of 24 on each corner. And with this, it doesn't matter because we'll never really see the edges of it. Okay. So then the layout, actually it could say background none. None. It's also an alternative way of doing that. So let's go to layout, and we want this to be a column because we'll always have the title, the paragraph, and the button on top of each other. And so we'll do the container alignment to center and the vertical alignment to center. Want to apply gap spacing 32, and then uncheck fixed width. Make this 287 just like the image. And then for now, we'll leave 280 so we can add some content in it. But eventually the min height would be 10. And then I want padding all around of 24. And then conditional, when current page width is less than 690, I want the min width to be 100%. All right, so now 3A, which is 3B, which is the content that's going to be within this card. So this needs another group. Let's put a group in, and this will be the content container. And under appearance, let's do background style none, and then go to layout. It's going to be a column. The row gap is going to be 8. Uncheck the fixed width. And then I'm going to put in the title, which is text. Paragraph, which is text. So the title, we'll click on add dynamic. So parent groups, oops, I didn't set the type of content for the parent group. So let's click back on the content container, go back to type of content, and it's going to be services. And click on data source, parent group services. Go back to what the title is. Click on the add dynamic content, but I think I've already done that. So, hello. There we go. Parent group services title. And I want the style attribute. It's going to be an H3 because we already have on the page, there'll be one H1, and then on top of this section will be an H2, and so this one should be an H3. So let's go to layout. We want to uncheck. Fixed width minimum can be 10. No max. Minimum height can be 10. Fit height to content, we can leave that checked. And so let's click on the what's going to be the paragraph. So it says edit me. We don't want the edit me. Let's get rid of that. And we want to call this title. So in this one, let's get rid of edit me. Click on add dynamic. Parent group services. We want description. And so we'll want text description. And this is just body copy. Layout, uncheck. Fixed width, min width 10, min height 10. We can leave it to fixed. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click back on the content container. I'm going to put min height to 10. And then underneath that is where I'm going to put my button. And so, do I have button text? Button text. So that means I have to get rid of the edit me. Although let's see what the button text says. Design system order, okay. So instead of edit me, let's say learn about. And then we're going to go to the layout. We're going to uncheck fixed width, min width. We could probably leave 150. Min height should be 48. Let's take a look. Yep. So I'm happy with that. So let's check. I'm going to get rid of this debug. Let's check what happens when we go down. I see a little issue here. So we'll fix that. But essentially it does what I want it to do. So let's see. So this group content container, I didn't take the min width off of that. So that should be what? Yep. So that fixes that. Very good. So the steps will be in the description of the video. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, let me know. Subscribe, like, hit the bell, all those things. Thank you.